which is never easy. Ask Real Madrid about them. That's a lovely combination between Rafinha and penalty given. Marc Bernal on the receiving end of the pass. Beautifully with Rafinha down the left and Cancelo bowled over.
That's a clear penalty. It's a late challenge. There's a clip on Cancelo's left foot. He wants to play the ball, but he gets slightly late to the challenge and commits a...
To get his 9th of this La Liga campaign and give Barcelona the early initiative. Oh, how about that for composure? Cool as you like, right down the middle.
He's all energy when he's running on the pitch, but he kept his head calm and composed for the execution of the penalty. Rafinha celebrates, committed, and look at the execution. Just a slight panenka, sending Blaugrana to his left. This is a good start for Barcelona. It is the first time that they combine down that left-hand side. Rafinha and Joao Cancelo, the secret weapon for Barcelona in these last weeks since the Portuguese rejoined the team. Marking all over the pitch.
Interesting. As Rafinha threatens to slide it through for Lewandowski. That was just a whisker away from coming off. Lewandowski would have been in the clear. He might have been offside. Also, meanwhile, connecting with Adams as Sevilla to flex a bit of attacking muscle for the first time. Suazo be able to get the cross in, well delivered, since wide open was also. It was marginal.
It was too soft, Xavi Aspar, to that loose ball. There was no way that also was offside.
We'll be without Koundé and Balde for a while. Thanks to Aspar getting his chance. Dani Olmo has a chance to shoot. Beaten away by Odysseus, the Greek keeper. Finding himself in that pocket of space. Here's Cancelo. Already played a big part. Cuts back. Oof, was there a handball there? There was a Sevilla player on the ground. I think it was Carmona. And the appeals continue as Cancelo, his opposite number, was trying to go around him. Well,
that's a tough one for the referee, because it's a supporting hand. But it's a little bit outstretched. It can go anyway. The review,
yeah. He's actually going to hold play to review this, yeah. Well, feels at least a chance they're going to get their second penalty of the game. I mean, it does strike the hand, there's no doubt about it, but are there extenuating circumstances, i.e. is that arm outstretched to break his fall? Well, it didn't take long to look at it. Penalty. To try and double Barcelona's advantage. Rafinha kept it low. Odysseus guessed the right way, but could do nothing about keeping it out.
This time Rafinha went for power and accuracy, and that was the only way of beating Blaugrana. He guessed it the right way, but the ball had power, had pace, and beat the Greek goalkeeper. 2 goals, 2 penalties. Hansi Flick didn't even want to look at that. And it's starting to look...
Adams, it's nicely done. On to Osso as Sevilla try and spring a counter-attack here. Osso trying to return the favour to Adams. Couldn't quite squeeze it through, but a corner nonetheless. Well, for the Bernabeu as a remedy as Rafinha sends it in towards Rooney, and then the follow-up shot from Lewandowski.
Was a disappointing clearance by Gudel, straight into the middle, straight into Lewandowski's boot. And he hits the ball where...
It nicely. This is better for Sevilla, and they certainly have numbers forward here. Cross, though, takes a deflection, and Juan Garcia had to react.
That was a great passage of play by Sevilla. That ball, yep, went out. Mar Bernal with Xavi Espart and Lamine Yamal, who are still U19 players, so they could be playing the youth league.
Yep, there's Gerard Martin working his way through. It was just no end product.
He's a clear favorite in this election, but Victor Font has played quite an aggressive campaign as well.
Yeah. I still can't believe our Luis Garcia doesn't get a vote. That's not right. So plenty photographed putting their votes in today. Ter Stegen, one of those.
But he couldn't vote Ter Stegen.
Oh, that's right. They didn't have him.
Victor Font in their arguments.
So a lovely exchange of passes for Barcelona. Dani Olmo late arriving, but not late to the party in terms of scoring. Olmo getting his name on the score sheet again. It was flowing stuff.
Back in La Liga, he had a moment of brilliance at St. James's Park. What a pass by Gerard Martin to Mar Bernal, drifting to the left-hand side, catching off guard Sevilla's defense. And that ball, that assist was lovely, right at the penalty spot for Dani Olmo, coming from deeper positions, one of his specialties, opening up his hip inside of the right foot. Nothing to do for Blaugrana. 3-0.
And here they are trying to put further daylight between themselves and Sevilla. Dani Olmo on the run. Rafinha letting it go. The header down from Lewandowski, but the wrong side of the post, and he can't believe he missed.
Wasn't easy at all. Sprinting at full speed down the right-hand side and sending the sweet, lovely ball for Lewandowski. He gets a little bit compromised there. Juanlu is also doing his part of the job. And yet another disappointing moment for Lewandowski.
Another intelligent combination down the right. This time the cross, and Osso has scored, and they have changed just a little bit the complexion of the halftime team talk.
Barcelona players were mentally already in the dressing room. They were just not defending properly. Everyone gets to the ball one split second later. That allows Sevilla to build up that beautiful play. Great cross from the right-hand side by Juanlu. And kudos to Osso, who's heavily left-footed. And
fairly productive season so far. 3 goals, 4 assists. Wearing the number 11 is the Barca number 11, Rafinha. 2 home games against these opponents. This is Fermin Lopez making waves. Rafinha took a touch and then a deflected effort and then a hat-trick. Well, he saw Lamine Yamal produce a hat-trick in their last home league game. Rafinha following suit.
Here's the move. It's Fermin's energy. Lewandowski with movement of the ball, just opening up a little bit of space for Rafinha, and then Rafinha being lucky, getting that deflection on Gudel, and just erasing Blaugrana of the equation. So it's a hat-trick for Rafinha. It's a statement of Barcelona saying that they're not going to give away this game, and they are ready.
14th, and under pressure again as Cancelo is released here. It's 3 against 2 for Barcelona. Cancelo may not need anyone else. Goes all the way. João Cancelo. It's a solo effort for the Portuguese international.
Great contribution by Robert Lewandowski, holding the ball, shielding the ball to opening up the space for Joao Cancelo. Joao Cancelo looks to his right, he sees Fermin, but then he thinks to himself, no, I'm gonna finish this. Cuts inside, clears Gudel, back to Barcelona.
As Eduque looks for some sort of salvation, but that's picked off by Juan Garcia.
Did that throwing.
What about that for a pass to Fermin Lopez, who looks to cut inside? That was Yamal's. Into the near post. Oh, an arrow. Oh, a time.
He's always a threat in the air. Ronald Araujo. That corner kick was perfectly taken by Rafinha, and Araujo closing his eyes right before the impact. That's why the header went wide.
Yeah.
Rare picture for Barcelona. Barcelona always attack from the right-hand side.
Sanchez doing the attacking for Sevilla, and Juan Garcia having to produce the save to deny Malpe.
It wasn't easy at all for Juan Garcia. The ball was...
Had too much to do today, but was needed there. Maybe needed here. Rafinha. Nice exchange of passes for Fermin Lopez to Dani Olmo, who manages to stay on it and then goes for goal. This is Lewandowski. Oh. Yes. No. I thought he'd done it. For the Polish poacher. Looked for all the world like he'd finished this.
It was a great pass once again by Fermin. He wanted to use his...
At the Calderon, as it was then, as also delivers the cross, and there is another late reply. Well, Sevilla scored late in the first half, but is this going to count? Something a little more to smile about on their long journey home.
Ronald Araujo was out of position at the inception of the play. That reshuffled the whole defense. But yeah, what a cross by Oso. Pinpoint straight into Jibril